Momentum row 2. Here we come. And it's a good start for Enan Ahmed. He looks over his right shoulder, but the challenge comes from the left shoulder, which is Jahan Dawadala. And Jahan Dawadala from the outside of the front row takes the lead. Moving out into the darkness is a good deal about those footlights going up the grade. The first of the inclines here at this circuit, and Jahan Dawadala taking the advantage. Daniel Tipton also making a good start. Enan Ahmed and Robert Schwartzman, I think, tucked in behind them. But that looks to me like Jahan Dawadala taking about a 4-part length advantage as they sweep up the hill out of our side from the commentary box for the healthy lead on the opening lap. Coming back into view, dropping down the grade. This is the left and right chicane, which straightens up to the right-hander that takes us back onto the start-finish straight to complete the opening lap of 11. And Enan Ahmed had regained the lead after Jahan Dawadala's early advantage. It was Nikita Maspin of Russia in third place. Robert Schwartzman was passed by his fellow Russian. So Schwartzman jumped into third and Daniel Tipton went through in fifth place. Now as we follow our television pictures, Enan Ahmed's advantage over Jahan Dawadala was half a second, 0.58 of a second, but those television pictures suggest that Jahan Dawadala is getting closer. Jahan Dawadala, the second of those drivers in shot on your screen. Behind them, Maspin Russia, Schwartzman Russia, and Tipton Great Britain, and Alessio Morandi of Italy you briefly saw. But the top 6 drivers split into 2 groups, and Jahan Dawadala and Enan Ahmed locking horns, sweeping over to the start of the third lap. Jahan Dawadala back in front. So 3 changes of the lead in the opening couple of laps here in final number 1. Jahan Dawadala and Enan Ahmed taking their traction from Nikita Maspin. Daniel Tipton of Great Britain then passed Robert Schwartzman on lap 2. He's the driver in 4th place that you see on screen, well, just coming into view now. And the 5th and 6th just behind, and there are the 1 and 2, Jahan Dawadala and Enan Ahmed. The 5th and 6th, Robert Schwartzman and Alessio Morandi. Well, I'm going to see these drivers through to the start of the 4th lap, and then we'll give you the call over of the top 10. Onto the home straight. Good scrap between these 2 drivers. Jahan Dawadala coming under pressure a little bit now from Enan Ahmed. I said I'd call you the top 10, but let's just see if Ahmed is in a position to make a challenge with a frustrating out of the side briefly. And that's an opportunity at the top of the hill for passing in. I'm pretty sure there was no passing in there, but 26 as they were. So Jahan Dawadala leads from Enan Ahmed 2nd, Nikita Maspin in 3rd place. 4th place is Daniel Tipton from Great Britain. 5th place Robert Schwartzman from Russia. Alessio Morandi of Italy 6th. Sindre Jonsson of Norway 7th. Ben Lassen of Burton 8th. Giuliani Rauchi of Brazil 9th. And David Bockman of Germany completing the top 10. Just outside the top 10, Ralph Aron of Estonia and Sergio Sete Camara of Brazil. This is the start of lap 5. And a bid to change the lead. Oh, and not quite happening. Enan Ahmed, for those of you that didn't see, one criminal on the inside of Jahan Dawadala. It was at the playoffs, but as a result, Jahan Dawadala has now about 1.5 minutes advantage, whereas going into turn 1 at the start of lap 5, the advantage, if anything, was just a millimetre or so. But Enan Ahmed closing the game, the British driver who finished the qualifying competition to take pole position throughout the heats, and throughout the heats took the advantage over Lando Norris and the rest to start the pre-final in pole position. But at this moment, you see race director Nigel Edwards was walking across shop momentarily there. Nigel Edwards, race director, former Middle East kart champion, would you believe? But that was 32 years ago. But right now, the World Junior Championship is up for grabs, and Enan Ahmed begins again to build on a position whereby we might make a challenge on Jahan Dawadala. Dawadala of India, down the road, down the It's 5.5 laps gone, 5 to go, and on the replay, you're seeing Enem Ahmed retaking the lead from Jahan Deravula. And while that happened, we also had Robert Schwartzman trading places with Daniel Ticktum. So changes in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and all of a sudden the advantage at the front is a lot wider, because Jahan Deravula has also lost that second and third place to Daniel Ticktum third and Robert Schwartzman second. Well, that could be a 7 moment in the race, because this is lap 7, and Enem Ahmed has for the time being shaken off the challenge of Jahan Deravula. The good news is that he's Jahan Deravula a dozen lengths behind him, but the bad news for Enem Ahmed is the Russian driver Robert Schwartzman, coming to this event as third in the championship, now is the guy chasing at him. Third place Daniel Ticktum, fourth place Jahan Deravula, fifth place Alessio Morandi. So this is the start of lap 8, and Enem Ahmed's advantage over Robert Schwartzman is just a quarter of a second. Maskin, the Russian in third place, making 2 Russians in the top 3. Daniel Ticktum makes it. Sergio Ronson of Norway is up to 6. Jahan Deravula drops another place to 7. So the race leader for some significant time drops to 7th place. David Beckman of Germany is up to 8. Ben Lessen of Belgium 9th, and Giuliani Rauchi of Brazil completes the top 10. Change of lead, and Robert Schwartzman has gone past Enem Ahmed. Robert Schwartzman of Russia becomes our third race leader, and that's the 6th trading of places if we count the start. But immediately Enem Ahmed tracking back. You see there 1, 2, 2. Robert Schwartzman, the race leader. But after that and Enem Ahmed has not been broken from the tail. And Ahmed is flying his head to the right very significantly, and just leaves a little bit of space there. Well, Robert Schwartzman came to this event lying third in the championship. He's looked solid throughout. He's not looked as dramatically quick as Enem Ahmed, but he's made a good move in pre-final 1, that is for sure. This is lap 9 of an 11-lap race. There are driving standards flags being applied, and one of them goes to Jahan Deravula. Things go from bad to worse for Jahan Deravula, because as well as losing the lead and several places and a lot of distance, he picks up the driving standards flag. There's also a driving standards flag for Xavier and Erbil of France. The race leaders that you see on screen now are the drivers Schwartzman of Russia and Ahmed of Great Britain, and they are on the penultimate lap. This is lap 10 of 11. Coming back into through the commentary box as I switch from having a look at my television monitor and the naked eye through this big box. And briefly out of my sight once again the front 2, but that is Schwartzman building on this lead. He's going to go into the final lap, the start of the final lap, with a narrow advantage. But the race is not won or lost yet. The race is not won or lost, but last lap, last lap. And Robert Schwartzman has 0.3 of a second on Enem Ahmed. Enem Ahmed safe in second place unless he does something really silly. But Robert Schwartzman looking very strong as we go over the ground for the first of these 2 incline walls, dropping now down the grade to the critical wine glass, if you will, sweeping left and back up the hill to the highest part of the circuit. Robert Schwartzman from Enem Ahmed and Nikita Mazepin making it 2 Russians in the top 3. There's just 300 yards to go, 300 meters to go. Now you can make that 150. And Schwartzman, the Russian, looks to win our first race of the day. There's the checkered flag, and Robert Schwartzman wins it. Enem Ahmed is in second place, Nikita Mazepin third, Alessio